Yo, what up? It's your boy Neil coming to you from ImRallen TV, life from my point of view, and welcome to the next episode of One Mic with Neo. This is a special episode where I will be discussing the Madden 23 beta and some of my impressions of it since I've had it for about 2 days now. So let's just start from the top. First, let me give a shout out to my boy Smitty for holding me down with the code. That's number one. Number two, how could I put it? Okay. all right. So let's just get right to it. So the Madden 23 is boasting this new field sense feature, which is a collective. It has a couple things to it. Better cutting when you're running, and ball placement when you're throwing the ball. You can kind of throw it where you want to throw it, and coverage and tackling and all of that kind of stuff is all mixed in there. You'll see it in the background of this video as I'm talking. I'll put it on loop from the gameplay trailer that they put up the other day. But anyway, talking about the game, talking about what I think. So while I feel like field sense is an improvement, and I totally agree with the things that my boy SimFballCritic, as well as Smitty, as well as my boy Azure told me about it going into it. I do agree with everything that they said, right? But I'm still not completely sold on it because it's just a lot of things about it. And just my little time of playing, I played about, I would say, up to about maybe 10 games thus far. And in each game, I had numerous times where I had to stop it, pause it, replay it, look at something, and I'm, just trying to analyze, certain things, because you guys know I do sliders. So when I do the sliders, I base them a lot on what I see gameplay wise, and maybe this could be tweaked, and maybe this could, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do sliders when I'm doing these. I'm just telling you that's how I'm looking at it when I'm playing. So I'm looking at it through a very, very close lens of certain things that I'm watching for. So I will readily agree with what my boy Sim said about the safeties. The safeties do react a lot better, and you see a lot more, a lot faster. Again, a lot faster reactions. But the problem is not necessarily the safeties, but some of the other things, and many of the other things. And some of the things in particular, like a problem that I kept seeing was, okay, while guys are drifting back and standing in their zones, yes, they may move a little bit more and this and that. But then if you pan the field a little bit, if there's nothing going on in an area, if a guy is in that zone, he's still just standing there in that zone. He's not moving. He's just in that zone, like really not paying attention, no head tracking, no nothing of the play. And all in all, just really no awareness to what's going on the field, because maybe the play is happening on the completely other side of the field. So those particular players, if they're in zones, they're just kind of just standing there, somewhat flat-footed. And I don't know, it's just a bad look to me. And then there's other moments like this one in particular where receiver was running an out and my defender was there. He was there. He could have made a play on the ball, but what happened was he hitched, so he kind of backpedaled. Like not backpedal, but he kind of took a step, like a back step, and it looked like he was about to take the back step and dart towards where the receiver was to make a play on the ball or break up the ball. But when he took the back step, he did it again. He did like two of them. And what that did was that created the space for the offensive guy to make the catch. And it was all computer driven. And I don't understand why that happened. Again, and y'all know me, I base everything on logic, because logically that makes no sense. It makes no sense for a guy to act like he's going to break on the ball, and then after he doesn't do it, then he does it again, which then creates the separation for the offensive guy. Then I had another play where and all of these are man coverage. So these people should be manned up. So at another play where the receiver runs past my defender, like right past him, and my defender looks lost. He doesn't even, I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know, like he had no spatial awareness. And he lets him get past him, and then the guy makes a cut. He doesn't even follow him. He doesn't track. He's looking at him the whole time, but he doesn't track him. He doesn't try to do anything. And I did record some of this, so I'll post it at some point. Like, I'm not going to do it right now, of course, because they don't want us to post any footage. But, maybe I'll send it to the fellas or something. But that bothered me. Then it was another play where the head tracking was a little delayed. It was like he was tracking the guy in coverage, and then the guy makes a cut. He's tracking the guy, and his head is tracking to the right side, but the guy makes a cut to the left side, and he never turns his head back to the left side until about maybe 2 full seconds almost, before he flips his head around and realizes that the guy is cut out, and the guy's already caught the ball. So like, you're completely out of position for no reason. And again, it's all logic based to me, and these are problems that I have and that I continue to have with Madden. I've had this like every single year when it comes to Madden, and I just don't get it. I don't get why it's so hard to set better, to just make it better with the reaction times and things like that. Like, I hate when guys are just standing there. Like, even the quarter, like when the quarterback drops back, the receivers, they run their route and then they just stand there. They stand there and stop, and they just wait, and they're just staring into the backfield for a good amount of seconds before they then finally decide to start running around, probably. But I just don't understand that. And it's like, the field sense should affect those types of things too. And I just don't feel like it logically is doing what it needs to do for me. I'm not speaking on anybody else or for anybody else. I'm only speaking for me and how I like to play and what I like to see. And reaction time is supremely important to me. It's actually one of the most confusing things about Madden to me too, because no matter what you put the reaction time on the slider, it doesn't seem to really make that much of a difference. Like, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And it's not really clear cut as to what it does. Like, if you raise it, does raising it mean that it makes it slower? Does lowering it mean it makes it fat? I don't know. I don't really know. And it's hard to really tell and get a handle on that. But anyway, to me, reaction time is supremely important when it comes to sports, because it dictates so much. Like, here's an example. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is one of my favorite quarterbacks because of the fact of, it's not so much stats or things like that. It's because of how he played. Peyton Manning was always a split second faster than the defense, because reaction time, he can react to what he's seeing faster than you can react to what you're seeing. And that comes through, preparation and things like that. But again, it's all based in reaction time. So I play that way. Anybody who's played me in Madden knows that. They know that I play a very reaction based type of style. Like, I'm very quick in how I think, how I react, what I'm doing. I do things down to precision. And those little delays, those slight delays, that's what I'm looking at. When I'm doing sliders, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that extra second, that 1 second where the defender doesn't react, or that 1 second where the guy doesn't make the cut, or the guy doesn't move a certain way, or he doesn't move at all, or, all of those types of things. So in saying all of that, the Madden 23 beta, it's much better than the Madden 22 beta. I'll tell you that, because when I played the Madden 22 beta, I had no desire whatsoever to buy 22. And I didn't. It was the first year I didn't buy it. So 23 is better. It is better. I will say that. And I will say to anybody who is an avid Madden player and fan, give it a shot. If you get a chance to get your hands on the beta or anything like that, give it a shot. See how you like it, test it out, because it does do some good, but it's still a lot of things that just rear their ugly head that I just myself can't really commit to. And I think that's where I'm at with it. I've reached a point in my life where I need to have fun when I'm playing my video games, because my recreation time is my window for recreation time is a lot smaller than what it used to be. So when I'm playing games, I don't want to be stressed. I really don't want to sit here and make sliders for 2 months. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I get the game in August, I'm sitting there making sliders for 3 months, and then they change something and I got to redo the sliders. I don't want to keep doing that because I don't feel like I should have to keep trying to fix logic issues. And there's only but so much your sliders can do if the logic isn't there. And that's just the way I feel. I feel like it's still missing key logical elements. It does fix some things. I do like some of the animations, the tackling stuff, the gang tackles, all of that. Some of that's really I saw some nice things. I saw some nice things while I was playing. So the beta's not all bad. So don't get me into that zone where you think I'm saying that. It's not. It's not all bad. But it's definitely not all good either. At least not for me, not for what I'm looking for and not for what I want. And I don't think it's going to be a purchase for me again this year. I'm trying not to base things just solely off the beta, but that's what I got to go off of right now. And I just don't see that I just don't see the improvement in the areas that I need to see it in. I do see better things though. So I like I said earlier, like based on what my boys Sim and Smitty and Azure told me and mentioned and things they've been talking about. Yes, I totally get everything that they're saying, what they're seeing and things like that. But just for me and what I want to do and what I want to play and what I want to see when I'm playing, especially from the defensive backs, I just don't see it. So it won't be for me. And a lot of that has to do with I had a change in my video game life like years ago when I became a big fan of open world games, which started with I think it was Fallout 3, and then The Witcher 3 and stuff like that. And, I just became this big fan of open world games. So that's my passion. Like when I'm playing games right now. And, I just finished Horizon Forbidden West. Great game, by the way. Anybody who hasn't played it, it's a fantastic game, graphically, gameplay wise, story wise, everything about it is fantastic. And it was just a great game. I mean, I logged in over 200 hours and I can't see myself logging in that kind of time with Madden anymore, just because it just doesn't interest me. It doesn't pique my interest like that anymore. So it's probably going to be a no for me, just based on that. And it is really just centered around that. It's not even so much the game itself. It's just the fact that will this game make me put down this game? Will Madden make me not play Ghost of Tsushima? Will Madden make me not play Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Forza Horizon? Or, and no, it won't. It won't make me put those games down. So, because it's not enough there for me yet. I mean, again, it's improved. Some people will love it. Some people will just, hate it. I'm not either of the two. I'm not even going to say I'm in the middle. I'm just not either of the two. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's horrible. It's like right down the middle for me, I guess. But it's just not at this stage of my life. Like I said, I'm just trying to look to have fun when I'm playing video games. And I just don't see myself having the fun that I want to have with that game. It just doesn't excite me like it did. So that's pretty much my take. I'm sorry I took up so much of your time talking, but I just wanted to get these thoughts out and just let y'all know why and what I felt and my impressions and things like that. So I'll still try to give the beta some run just to kind of see. Maybe I'll change. Maybe I have a change of heart. But as far as right now goes, I'm good on it. I probably will not be buying Madden 23. But I'm not saying you shouldn't. So give it a shot. That's what I will say. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Test it out. See how you like it. You might like it. You might like all of the improvements. And also check out videos from my guy SimFballCritic, Smitty. If Azure posts anything, also check out my man Hollywood Sports, because these particular guys are guys that I go to a lot to look for things, to talk about things, stuff like that when it comes to Madden and these games. So, and they're very knowledgeable brothers. They all know what they're talking about. So give them a look. And that's it, man. That's it for me. So if anything comes along, if I think of anything else, I'll say it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to ask them. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So it's your boy Neo signing off, My Reality TV. Peace and love. 1.